Imagine having a food system on your land that quietly produces high-quality protein year after year without expensive feed, fertilizer, or constant work. Most people think real food security means raising chickens, goats, or planting large vegetable gardens. Those systems are valuable, but they all depend on outside inputs like grain, seeds, and fertilizers that must be purchased again and again. Now imagine a farm that starts for about $60, feeds itself with free materials, grows stronger every year, and can keep producing for decades. Hidden beneath the surface of ordinary wood chips is one of the most overlooked food systems on Earth, the perennial mushroom mother patch. Instead of requiring sterile laboratories or complicated equipment, this system thrives outdoors using natural biology. A simple bed of hardwood chips placed in a shady corner can transform into a living network that spreads, multiplies, and produces gourmet mushrooms year after year. The concept is surprisingly simple. Mushrooms grow from underground fungal networks called mycelium. When this mycelium colonizes a bed of wood chips, it begins breaking down the material into rich organic matter while producing edible mushrooms above the surface. 1 square foot of a healthy patch can produce between 5 and 15 pounds of mushrooms each year. That means a small 10 by 10 foot bed can produce around 100 pounds annually. When dried, mushrooms contain 15 to 30% protein by weight, higher than many vegetables and packed with essential nutrients like B vitamins, immune-supporting compounds, and vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. For a family, that amount of production can supply a large portion of their weekly protein needs without needing animal feed or large amounts of land. Starting the system is surprisingly inexpensive. The first step is choosing a shaded location, such as under trees or along the north side of a building where direct sunlight is limited. Cardboard is laid on the ground to suppress weeds and create a clean starting surface. On top of the cardboard, a thick layer of hardwood chips is piled 8 to 12 inches deep. Then mushroom spawn, the living culture of the fungus, is mixed throughout the layers of chips as the bed is built. After watering the bed thoroughly, it is covered with leaves, burlap, or additional chips to maintain moisture. In just a few weeks, thin white strands of mycelium begin spreading through the wood chips like an underground web. Within 4 to 6 months, the first mushrooms appear, pushing up through the surface like small edible towers. What makes the mother patch truly powerful is its ability to expand itself almost endlessly. Each year, fresh wood chips can be added on top of the existing bed. The mycelium consumes this new material as fuel and continues producing mushrooms. Tree trimming companies often give away wood chips for free because they need a place to dump them, turning a waste product into a continuous food source. Even better, small handfuls of colonized wood chips can be dug from the original patch and placed in new mulched areas across the property. The fungus spreads from those new points, gradually turning pathways, garden edges, and orchard floors into productive mushroom zones. Within a couple of years, a single starter patch can expand into hundreds of square feet of production. Another remarkable advantage is that mushrooms improve soil while producing food. As the fungal network breaks down wood chips, it creates dark humus rich in nutrients and beneficial microbes. This process feeds surrounding plants, improves moisture retention, and even suppresses certain plant diseases. Gardeners call this stacking functions because one system produces multiple benefits at the same time. You harvest food while building better soil and supporting nearby plants. For longer-term production and greater diversity, another technique involves growing mushrooms on hardwood logs. Freshly cut oak or maple logs are drilled with small holes that are filled with mushroom spawn plugs and sealed with wax. The logs are stacked in shaded areas and slowly become colonized by the fungus. After about a year, the logs begin producing mushrooms. And depending on their thickness, they can continue fruiting for 4 to 8 years. The general rule is that each inch of log diameter equals roughly 1 year of production. A thick 8-inch oak log can therefore provide mushrooms for nearly a decade. This method has been used in Asia for over 1,000 years and remains one of the most reliable traditional food cultivation techniques ever developed. Maintenance for these systems is surprisingly minimal. During very dry periods, occasional watering helps maintain production, but most of the time, rainfall and natural humidity are enough. Each year, fresh wood chips are added to feed the fungal network, and colonized material can be transplanted to new areas whenever mulch is spread around trees or gardens. The total annual work often adds up to less than 20 hours, yet the system keeps producing high-quality food year after year. And on certain times when supply chains fail and grocery store shelves empty quickly, fresh produce can disappear within days. A mushroom mother patch continues growing quietly in shaded corners of the land, turning wood waste into nutritious food, even when nothing else is available. Unlike machines or industrial systems, this is living infrastructure. It grows stronger with time rather than wearing out. The underground network expands, adapts, and keeps producing as long as it has wood to consume. The idea challenges the way many people think about food production. Instead of constantly planting, fertilizing, and buying supplies, a biological system can be created that largely runs itself. A small investment in a simple patch of wood chips can become the foundation for decades of protein production. As the mycelium spreads through the soil, it quietly transforms waste into nourishment, building fertility while feeding the people who care for it. Over time, what began as a single bed becomes a living network woven through the landscape, proving that some of the most powerful food systems on Earth are also the simplest.